Adrienne, and today I'm going to be teaching a short back workout class. We're going to be strengthening our core and specifically focusing on strengthening the back body as well as releasing tension around the low back. So please join me. All you need is your body and a mat, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So coming into a seated position, I'm choosing to start sitting on my shins today. You are welcome to sit all the way down on your bottom cross-legged. You can sit on a blanket, whatever works for you. And we're just going to start by connecting with the breath and becoming present. So taking your hands to either your thighs, or if you're sitting cross-legged, you can rest them on your knees, palms face up or face down. And right away, just begin to listen to the sound of your breath. Notice the way that the breath is moving naturally in and out of the body. And without any judgment, just taking a moment to notice. Maybe you're noticing a lot of the breath is up here in the chest, or maybe you're feeling it more in the diaphragm. Sometimes if we're really tense, we can just feel it up in the throat. And then gradually begin to deepen your breath. See if you can send the breath a little bit more down into the diaphragm. And one thing that I find helps with this is to place one hand on the low belly, just below the navel, and you can feel where the air is coming in. And then as you release the breath, you can feel the belly button coming in towards the spine. And scanning your body here, noticing any areas of tension. Just checking in with yourself. Again, without judgment. Noticing if anything feels a little stuck or sticky. And then start to send your breath directly into those areas of the body that need it the most. So you can visualize that fresh prana, life force energy, moving into the body. And already, before we really even begin to move, you can start to bring that intention and that breath to where you need it most. And as we begin to move together today, try to keep your focus on the breath, continuously sending your breath into the places in the body that we're focusing on or that are speaking to you. And we're leaving all else behind right now. So anything that has happened in your day thus far, anything that is yet to come, we're just putting it aside for now so that we can really focus on our breath and our body and our energetic body. Softly blinking open your eyes if they've been closed. We're going to draw our hands back towards our hips and open the chest, a little seated cow tilt. And then exhale, contract in, round the spine, a cat tilt. So if you're sitting in a cross-legged position here, you can just do the same thing, but keep your hands on your knees. Inhaling. You can also do this seated in a chair. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Good. Inhaling. And exhaling. Just a few more. Inhaling. exhaling. One more time. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Coming back to neutral. Bring your left glute down onto the floor. If you're sitting in cross-seated position, you can just stay where you are. From here, we're going to reach the left arm up and over. So we're getting a side stretch here through the left side body. And you can either take your right hand across and kind of hold onto that hip as you reach up and over, or maybe onto the knee, just whatever allows you to kind of get some stability with the lower body so you can really lift and extend through that left side body. And breathe. And slowly coming down, coming through center, and then coming to the other side, reaching the right arm up and over. And again, you can take that left hand across and breathe. Think of opening the armpit up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Good. Coming back to center, we're going to walk our hands forward now, coming into a tabletop. And we're going to curl the toes under and then hover the knees up off the ground. So right away, starting to engage the core here. The back of the neck is long. The knees are just hovering above the floor. Belly button is pulling in towards the spine. The shoulders are staying nice and broad. We're pressing the palms into the mat for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Softly lower your knees down. Release the tops of the feet. Bring the big toes together to touch, and then sit back into child's pose. Hips toward your heels, palms reach forward. Maybe your forehead comes down to the mat. And breathe. Think about creating space between each and every vertebra here. Good. From here, we're going to shift forward, coming back onto all fours. Curling the toes under again, hovering the knees. We're going to take little twisties. So right knee down, left knee down, right knee down, left knee down, right knee, left knee, right knee, left knee for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Both knees down. Sit back into child's pose again. And this time we're going to walk our hands over to the right. Releasing the head down toward the ground. Hollow out the left armpit and then try to root the left sitting bone down, breathing into that left side body again. Good. Walk through center, inhaling, and then exhale, walk your hands all the way over to the left. Hollowing out the right armpit, breathing into the right side body. Good. Coming back to center, shifting forward to all fours again. This time, we're going to keep the tops of the feet down. Cat and cow here. Inhale, arch, open up the spine, open the chest. Exhale, contract and round. Belly button comes in towards the spine, gaze goes towards your pelvis. Inhale, find that expansion. Exhale, contract. Inhale, expand, opening up. Exhale, contract. And then come back to neutral. Take your right hip up towards your right shoulder, and then your left hip up towards your left shoulder. like a dog looking at its tail, contracting it on the right side and contracting it on the left side. And then right and left. We're going to keep going into a cat, then to the right, and then we're going to open up into cow. So we're going to connect all of these together now, creating a spherical shape through the hips and pelvis. Your core is working here, so we're releasing through the low back and the hips. You can allow your head to kind of respond, but our core is definitely engaged here. One more in this direction. And then the other way, to the right, contract in, to the left, open up, yeah. Keep that going. Staying with the breath. Good, and then one more here. And we'll come back to neutral. This time we're going to rise up so that we're standing on our shins. And if this is too intense for your knees, you can do this standing. We're going to inhale, reach our arms up, lift the chest, and then exhale, bring it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it in. So if you're standing, you're reaching up, engaging the abs, engaging the glutes, and then you're contracting and you bend your knees and bring your head down by your thighs. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Good. Walking the hands forward. We're going to come all the way down onto the belly. Finding Sphinx pose. Your elbows are underneath your shoulders. The tops of your feet are pressing down into the earth. Kneecaps are lifted, pubic bone is rooted down, chest is open, collarbones are spreading. You should feel your abdominals engaged here, and the front side of the body is lengthening. The transverse abdominals wrapping towards the low back. Tailbone reaching toward the ground behind you. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming all the way down onto the belly. Goal post your arms and rest your right ear on the mat. Keeping your arms goal posted, bring your forehead towards the mat. We're going to press into the tops of the feet and lift the kneecaps again, rooting the pubic bone down. Then we're just going to lift the upper body and lower. Lift and lower. Just allow the head to be an extension of the spine. Inhale, exhale. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your right ear to the mat. This time, go ahead and open your arms out to a T. Take a couple of big belly breaths here. Good, and then coming back to center, we're going to lift the upper body, open the chest, pull the shoulder blades towards each other, and if this feels okay, we're going to float the legs. Lengthening through the legs, pointing through the toes. Then we're going to rotate the thumbs up towards the sky and lift up a little higher. Keeping the abdominals firmly engaged. The breath is moving in and out of the chest so that you can use the abdominals for support. For 3, 2, 1. Right hand crosses over the left. Forehead rests on the tops of the hands. Take a big belly breath here. And let it go. One more time, big belly breath in. And let it go. Once again, pressing into the tops of the feet, rooting the pubic bone down. We're just going to lift the head and the arms and then lower. So just like we were doing with the arms goal posted, but this is a little bit more intense. If this feels too intense, you can come back to here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself all the way back through tabletop to child's pose. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Good. Slowly shifting forward here. We're going to come back down into Sphinx pose. Holding. Good. Then forearm plank. You can keep your palms face down, or if you want to interlace your fingers, that's an option too. Roll the toes under and then lift up. If you need to, you can take your knees down to the mat. Holding and breathing for 8, 7, energizing the backs of the legs, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lifting the bottom up in the air for a dolphin pose. Walk the feet in, press the chest back towards the thighs, and release the head. Slowly bring the knees down to the mat. Release the tops of the feet, and then just bring yourself back to sitting on your shins. Pause here for a moment. Reconnect with your breath. Good. From here, we're going to make our way into plank. So the top of a push-up, shoulders over wrists. The backs of the legs are firmly engaged, pressing up towards the ceiling. Abdominals are turned on, belly button toward the spine. Breathe for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Sending your chest toward your thighs, heels toward the ground. You can move around as much as you want to here in your downward facing dog, or if you feel ready to find stillness, you're welcome to come right into it. Try to find some release here. So this is an active pose, but it can also be restful. So we're pressing the chest toward the thighs, but we're releasing the head. We're sending the heels toward the earth. We're pressing firmly into our mat, but we're also finding a lot of release through the spine here. Slowly roll forward to plank. Inhale. Exhale, roll back, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, down dog. You can either stay with this flow, or if you want to add another layer, we're going to hover the right leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And if you haven't already lifted your right leg, go ahead and do so, and then bend that right knee and start to open up your hip. Breathe. Press your right armpit toward the mat. Good. Inhale. Exhale, bring that right knee across the body toward the left tricep, and then send the leg through for fallen star. If that does not work for your body, you can take a modified side plank here with your right knee under your right hip. And slowly come back to center. Right leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, step it forward, find a low lunge. We're gonna keep the left knee on the mat. Allow your upper body to be heavy at first here, and just start to notice your left hip flexor. Maybe send your breath there. If you feel okay, bring your hands up to your thigh and lift your chest. Shoulders down. Good, and then slowly come down, framing that front foot. Curl your left toes under, lift your left kneecap, and reach your right arm to the sky for a twist. Twists are really great for the spine in general. They can definitely help with any tension in the low back, especially if we're focused on really opening the chest and making that twist come from the waistline. Slowly release, right hand comes down to frame that right foot. Step back, right leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, lower the right leg down, hang out in downward facing dog. And we're gonna flow here again. Plank, down dog, plank. You can stay with this, or you can start to incorporate floating the left leg. Yeah, forward and back, and forward and back, and forward and back. 2 more times. And if you don't already have the left leg lifted, go ahead and lift it. We're going to peel that hip open. So lift the left knee up toward the sky, letting the left heel come down toward the right glute. And then press your left armpit toward the mat so that your upper body is really staying in that firm down dog shape. We're just isolating that left hip. Shift forward into plank. Draw that left knee across the body toward the right tricep. See if you can thread it through for fallen star on this side. If that doesn't work for you, again, you can take that modified side plank with the right knee, the left knee under the left hip. Otherwise, opening up here. And slowly making your way back around, left leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, low lunge, right knee comes down, release the top of the right foot. We're going to hang out here for a moment, just allowing the upper body to be heavy, sending our awareness to the front of the right hip. And if this feels okay, bring your hands up to your left thigh and focusing on lengthening the torso up out of the hips. Frame that left foot, curl the right toes under, find your twist, left arm opens up, chest is peeling open, inner thighs are working towards each other, abdominals are engaged. And release, send the left leg back and up for your 3-legged down dog, and then release that left foot down. Walk your hands a little closer to your legs and find a twist here. So you're in like a short down dog. You're going to take your right arm across, hugging your left calf, and then look under your left armpit. And switch. Back to center, walk your hands back to your feet, bend your knees, and hang heavy in ragdoll. You can take hold of opposite elbows, find a little sway side to side. And then interlace the fingers behind the nape of the neck. Press into your feet. Use your core strength to roll yourself back up. And when you get to the top, open the elbows, lift the chest, and then exhale, bring the arms down by your sides. Woo, trying out this new microphone. giving me some fun hair. From here, we're going to inhale the arms out and up, and then exhale, slowly dive forward with a long flat back. Inhale, come up halfway, stay here. Exhale, reach your arms out to the sides. Bend your knees if you need to here. Feel your core turn on. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, arms back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. One more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Interlace the fingers behind you. Fold. Release the head. If you can't quite interlace your fingers here, you can always hold on to an article of clothing or just reach your arms towards each other. The goal is to open up the chest and bring the shoulder blades towards each other. Letting the knuckles come overhead if that's available to you. And release the hands to the earth. Bend the knees, slowly roll yourself back to stand. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Lift the chest. Good. Inhale, reach. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, walk your hands forward to plank. Taking little yogi mountain climbers here, knee to nose. Four, three, two, one. Hold your plank. Press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to the nose. Step the foot forward between the hands. Rise up, high lunge. If you need to, you can always bring this back knee down to the mat. We're going to open up into a twist here. So right arm reaches back, left arm reaches forward. Those hips are still facing the same direction as your feet. And if this feels okay to you, we can find a little back bend here. So the right hand comes around, finds the outer left thigh as that left arm reaches up. It's a little back bend twist. And then a prayer twist, bringing the left elbow to the outside of that right knee, just above the knee. Palms toward the center of the chest. Look towards the space behind you. Press the back of the left leg up toward the ceiling. And breathe. Come to center, and then you're going to pivot all the way around to where both feet are parallel, facing the same direction. And then from here, take your hands to your hips, just the tops of your hips. Lengthen your torso up out of your hips. Inhale, exhale, fold forward, long flat back. And from here, take your hands down underneath your shoulders, release the top of your head. If your hamstrings are feeling really tight here, you can always bend your knees a little bit. Sorry, I'm trying to shed a layer here and I forgot about this microphone. Okay, so you can always bend your knees a little bit. And you can also take your feet wider if your hamstrings are feeling really tight. And then we're going to slowly walk our hands back towards the space between our legs. Release the top of the head toward the earth. Try to keep the spine long. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and pivot back toward the front of the mat. So your right foot is going to be forward, and then your left foot's going to step forward to meet your right. Inhale, come up halfway, and exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms to the sky as you rise to stand, and exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a moment here, reconnecting with your breath. And then finding chair pose. Inhale, hands to prayer, and then exhale, bring the hands to the center of the chest. We're going to twist left elbow to the outside of that right thigh. If you'd like, you can open the arms here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands back together to the center, rise back up, and then come back down. We're going to go straight to the other side. So left elbow to the outside, right elbow to the outside of the left thigh, just above the knee, hands towards the center of the chest, holding here and breathing. Good, back to center, come all the way up. Inhale, we're going to rotate, twist left elbow, inhale, right elbow, reach, twist, reach, twist, reach, twist, reach, twist, reach, twist, reach, twist. One more time each side. Reach, twist, reach, twist, reach. Chair. And fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank. Knee to tricep this time. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold in plank. And press back downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, step the left foot forward and rise up to a high lunge. Remember, you can always modify by bringing that right knee down to the ground for stability if you need it. Otherwise, we're going to reach that left arm back, right arm forward, finding that open arm twist. You can stay here or add that back bend. Left hand comes to the outer right thigh as the right arm reaches for the sky and the chest lifts. Staying with your breath. Being present with the discomfort. And then right elbow to the outside of that left thigh above the knee. Hands to the center of the chest. Breathe. Beautiful. And then you're going to come back to center, and then again, you're going to turn, setting up for Prasarita Padottanasana. I'm just pivoting around so that you guys can see me. Fold forward here, and this time we're going to plant the left hand under the face and reach the right arm to the sky for a twist. And switch. And release. Walk the hands forward for a wide leg down dog. Press the chest toward the thighs. Shake out the head. Good. And then you're going to walk it back around. Left foot is forward. Right foot comes to meet the left. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. And exhale, hands to heart center. I'm taking a moment here. This time, hands come down by your sides. You might want to separate your feet a little bit for this. We're going to bend our knees and just slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. The head is heavy. The upper back, the middle back, the low back releases. And then we're just going to come down into a little crouch. Coming up onto the balls of the feet, stretching out the balls of the feet. maybe tenting the fingers, bring the forehead down. Then the heels are gonna slowly come down. We're gonna rock and roll a few times. So we're gonna rock back and forward. Hopefully, I didn't just mess up the mic. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. We're gonna rock back and then up and back. And just coming back into that little squat for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Bringing your bottom down, boat pose, holding on behind the thighs, lengthening the spine, lifting the chest. You can flex or point your feet, just keep the feet active. And maybe reaching the arms off. If your hamstrings are feeling open enough, you can lengthen through your legs. You want to be careful not to dump into the hip flexors. Soles of the feet together, folding forward here. In Baddha Konasana, chest comes down toward the feet, the head releases. And then slowly coming up, bring the knees together. From here, you're going to extend your left leg long, step your right foot over your left thigh, sit up nice and tall. Left elbow comes to the outside of that right knee, right hand behind you, finding a twist. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, maybe twist a little deeper. Good. Slowly coming back towards the center. Extending your right leg, bending your left, crossing it over, right elbow to the outside of the left knee, left hand behind the back. Inhale as you lengthen, exhale to twist. Good, coming back to center, extending both legs, moving the fleshy parts away from the sitting bones, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, reach the arms forward, let the hands land wherever they naturally reach. That could be your calves, it could be your thighs, it could be your feet. Inhale, find a little more length, and then exhale, just melt into this stretch a little bit more, breathing into the back side of the body. Good, slowly come back up. Scoot yourself forward here, and we're gonna come down onto the back. We're gonna come down with control. So we're gonna start out by holding onto the thighs. We're gonna come down for 8. If you want an extra challenge, you can reach your arms forward, palms up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open up into a big X. Legs spread, arms reach. We're gonna bend the right elbow and the right knee in towards each other. As you do that, you'll notice this will naturally bring you onto your right side, curling up into fetal position, and then trying to keep as much contact with the floor as you can here, opening back into that X, making your way to the other side. Left elbow and knee come together until everything comes around. We squeeze it in. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Back to center. Pause here. Goalpost your arms and try to get your shoulder blades right underneath you. And then bring the soles of the feet to the outer edges of the mat. Let the knees come together, and as you do so, Feel your sacrum release down onto the mat. Tone your belly button down towards your spine. Good. Okay. From here, we're going to work the back side of the body a little bit more with some bridge lifts. So what I want you to do first is just lift halfway up into a bridge. So not a full bridge, but just about halfway. Okay, we can place our palms face down on the mat for support. We're going to float the right leg. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. So we're using the front and back side of the core for these lifts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, right foot comes down. Lift up into a full bridge pose. Maybe interlacing the fingers underneath you, bringing the shoulders in, lifting the hips up a little higher. Energizing the quads, lifting the chest a little more. And slowly coming down. Taking a moment here. Feel the low back release. And then we go to the other side. So half bridge. Left leg reaches. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Good. Lift. 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 Lift, 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 and lower the left foot. Stay here, reach the right leg, and then the left. So we're going to march. In between each leg lift, we lift the hips up. So we go more towards a full bridge, half bridge, lift the leg, full bridge, half bridge, lift the leg. Good for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. Roll up onto the balls of the feet. Reach the arms behind you overhead. Roll down one vertebra at a time. Stretch your arms and legs for a moment. Take a breath. And then exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Rock a little side to side, massaging your low back. Good, and then just hang out here for a moment. Bring the knees in towards the sides of the body. Give them a good squeeze. And then we're gonna bring the knees both out, forward, and then back in. Out, forward, and back in. You can use your hands to guide, or if you'd like more of a challenge, you can do this without the hands, using some of the deeper core muscles. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go the other way, reaching away, coming out, back in and together. Away, out, in, together. Away, out, in, together. Again, you can use your hands or not. Make sure that you're protecting the low back by keeping the abdominals engaged, especially as those legs reach away from you. One more time. Good. From here, give yourself another little squeeze. Soles of the feet together, knees open wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Just relax through the groin area. The hip flexors. Take a belly breath here. And let it go. Good. And then from here, knee knock pose again. Sacrum releases, knees come together. Open the arms out. to a T. Let your knees fall to the right. Place your right foot above your left knee. Try to draw that left knee a little closer to the earth. Take your gaze out over the left arm. And then switch. Going to the left foot above the right knee, gaze out over the right arm. Breathing into the outer right hip, the low back. Good. And release. Giving yourself one more squeeze here, taking a big breath in and holding it. Exhale, release into Shavasana. Shoulder blades underneath you. Space between your arms and your body, palms face up, feet flop out. Gently close your eyes. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let your jaw become slack. Eyes recede back in their sockets. Bones are heavy. Take a few moments here to fully let go and absorb the benefits of your practice. And if you have time to luxuriate here, please feel free to stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, if you need to move on with your day, find your way back up to a comfortable seat. Hands to the tops of the knees. We'll take one breath together, inhaling, and exhale, sigh it out. I thank you all for joining me. I appreciate you and look forward to seeing you again soon. Be well.